does.
No, all right. Who's up first? I guess they're looking at you. Go ahead.
Randy, how long before you get to put your stamp on this defense?
You know, we got a long ways to go. We're working at it. The one thing about it, guys are eager, they're hungry. And the one thing when you have young guys, and what I mean by young guys who are new to the system, they want to improve, they want to get better. And we lost a lot of great players, but we have a lot of guys that we looked at in the bowl game who played in the bowl game. So that's a plus for us, but we just got to keep better and keep going. And I don't know if it's a stamp, I just think it's a stamp on what we want to get done. You know, it's a lot of big standards at the University of Florida, and we got standards that we have set for what we need to get done in the spring. And we're achieving those goals, but sometimes we go backwards, but we got to keep moving forward.
You change anything defensively?
You know what I did was just make things more simple. You know, we haven't changed of anything, just more simple on what we do, so guys can understand and play fast. Because I think that the most important thing is that when you play fast, a lot of things that you can cover up. And we did a lot of great things with Coach Collins last year. We just keep improving on what we're doing.
Is that because of the inexperience a little bit here and there?
A little bit of inexperience, but like anything else, you got to play for what you have on your team at this particular time. And we're trying to get everybody knowing the strengths and weaknesses of what we call on certain fronts, certain coverages, certain blitzes. If they know the strengths and weaknesses, then we can get better.
How smooth has the coaching transition been with Cordell?
Oh, it's been great. You know, like anything, he's a coach. He's been learning football. He knows football, and he's done a good job when he was at FAU. Did a great job. He had like 2 or 3 guys that are not in the NFL now, and then so he brings some credibility to the guys that are on in the secondary. It's like, oh, this guy's put guys in the NFL too. So now this guy, you know, Corey comes in. He put his stamp on what he's doing, but now he's like anything else. He wants those guys to improve technically. He wants them guys to get better, understanding the game and what we're trying to get done.
For you personally, how far do you guys go back? What was it like to have him here with you now after working with him at Miami?
You know what, it was great to have him back, and you know, we can work together and stuff like that, and we're just thrilled to have him a part of this deal. The thing that people don't realize, him and Coach Rump played together. Yeah, so you know, that's one thing that's, you know, also was a good transition, that him and Coach Rump played together, so now you have 2 guys that work and another guy that played with him, so it becomes a good chemistry.
Do you try to impress upon these guys a sense of urgency, given that you're losing 8 starters? You look at the schedule, you got Michigan right up.
You know what? We take things in phases. You know, we're on our 3rd phase of what we call a phase system. Right now, Coach Mack's saying that what we're saying this is our 3rd phase. Our 3rd phase is to get better what we're going to get good at. You know, we can't think about so much of what Michigan doing of any team we're doing. As long as we keep improving on working on certain defenses this week, certain defenses next week, we'll continue to get better.
Do you think that players sense maybe the opportunity, though, to come in and really play some major minutes?
Oh, yeah, because it's like, you know, it's one thing that we say on defense, and everybody understands it. It's not playing the defensive tackle, it's playing the best defensive 4 guys. Or it's not playing the best middle linebackers, it's playing the best 3 linebackers. Or not playing the best corners, playing the best 3 DBs. So everybody know if we happen to go in a game and all of a sudden we got 4 safeties that are our best players, we're going to play the 4 safeties. We just put them in positions to play. So we cannot rely on if somebody just relaxing and saying, well, I'm the best corner, but guess what? We got 4 safeties that are better than this corner, so we have to go that way.
As far as pass rushers go, has anyone impressed you so far?
We're not in pads yet. You know, we running around and having fun in shorts. We'll know when we start getting scrimmage time and pass time. And but we're working on it. That's a big emphasis this spring, is getting to develop a pass rush situation. And a pass rush, you know, some guys that can pass rush and come off the edge.
Beauchamp was saying that you have more guys involved in making calls. Is that part of what you were saying with simplifying things?
Yeah, we always say if everybody's wrong, everybody's right. So if everybody on the same page, no matter what we call, we're all going to play the same defense and we'll play fast. So we may line up in a formation and everybody know the formation, this is what we're going to. So everybody will check at the same time. So it's like not just the safeties knowing what we're doing, but the whole defense knowing what we're doing, so everybody makes it easy.
Is that something different from last year?
You know what? No, it's a little bit different because we was more of a coverage team and a front team. Now we're more of a formation. You know, same calls but formations. They know what we're going to as soon as the formation comes in.
Is that less responsibility for David Reese, the middle linebacker, then?
He still got to line us up and make calls, but it's like anything, everybody can make the call. It happens to be Reese. Here's the thing, and the reason why we're going to is because like in the NFL, when I went to the Dolphins, if you have one guy making all the calls, okay, and it happens, you know, like anything else, if you're in a game and one guy making a call and everybody looking like that ain't the call we got, that means this guy got a concussion, we need to call timeout, get him out of the game. So if everybody knows the call and know the adjustment, you don't rely on one guy, because one guy can really make you not be successful if you don't know exactly what goes on.
Sure.
What are you hoping to see out of the younger guys that haven't really played much yet in the secondary?
Just to fly around, have some enthusiasm, have a lot of confidence. You know, and then, like you said, you're at the University of Florida. You're supposed to have confidence. You're supposed to play with a lot of charisma, a lot of attitude. You know, and we want those guys to take that next step and being those type of guys.
And having the 6 guys coming in the secondary this summer, how much can you really tell this spring about how that's going to look?
You know, the only thing I can worry about what we have. You know, each day we got to go out and treat it like, okay, tomorrow we have to play a game. So we got to worry about the guys we have here. We can't worry about the 6 that may be coming in the fall. But as long as we get the nucleus here started, when those guys come in, we can find out who's ready, who's not, and maybe some of those guys will be able to play and maybe not. But we just got to concentrate on what we have now.
Obviously, there's been a lot of attrition since last year on defense. What young guys have you seen step up and really take a leadership role?
I don't know if there's anybody stepped up because we're in shorts right now. You know, when we start getting in pads and become one of those second or third day in pads, or it's a tough inside run period, and it's one of those days that you come out and you have a scrimmage, it's 125 plays, then you'll find out who's really going to step up and play and who's going to be that leader.
Where does Chauncey fit best, do you think?
I don't know. We just got him playing right now. Right now, we got him at corner. He's doing some good things. Last year, Chauncey played corner, nickel, and safety. You know, Duke last year played corner and nickel. Chris Williamson played corner, nickel, and safety. So we got guys moving around just in case of injuries and things like that.
You took a little bit of a secondary role to Jeff when he was here in terms of the defense. Is it nice personally for you to be back in charge? And
you know what? If it's nice, you know what it is. It's having fun. I had fun last year. I had a great time working with Jeff over the last couple of years. We worked together. A lot of chemistry in the room was awesome. You know, it's just like anything else. It's our defense. It's not my defense. It's Coach Rumps. It's Coach Bell. You know, it's our defense. It's Coach Skipper. It's the defense that we have, that we develop. So that's the thing, the chemistry that I think Jeff did a great job of last year. We all felt like it was us. It wasn't like one individual.
Your track record was so strong in Miami. Getting back into this role, do you feel anything to prove personally, or?
I learned a lot. You know, like anything else, if you can learn something each year, you can get better at, you keep developing. And I think that's the one thing that you have to do in coaching. One thing I've done, I keep developing, keep learning things as I keep going on in this position.
So how different is your defensive philosophy now than it was when you were the coordinator last time?
Yeah, I don't know if it's any different, but it's some certain things that we may do coverage-wise, certain things we may do blitz-wise, schematically, that we may change and do things like that.
anybody ever be able to put together the talent you put together in that 01-02 defense?
I don't know. They may happen.
You know that.
Never know. Here's the thing that people don't realize.
Man, that was a first-round pick at every position.
Yeah, but those guys weren't highly recruited. That what people didn't realize back then.
No.
You know, we beat up. Well, here's one thing you got to realize. Edward Reed was talented, but I think we had Tulane we had to beat on that defense.
Yeah, he was from
Louisiana.
Metairie, yeah.
Then you start looking at William Joseph, I recruited, and we had nobody beat. He was out of Miami Edison. He went first round. You got John Vilma, I think it was maybe NC State. It wasn't a lot of guys highly recruited, but those guys just had the mentality. Now, we got some guys who have that mentality, mindset here at Florida, but now we just got to take it to the next step.
You still find some like Brunson was a 2-star guy, but you liked him. Does that give you confidence knowing that you've done that in the past? You found those guys who weren't the highest rated?
You don't try to look at 2 stars. I don't. I look at guys who plays with a lot of high motor, that has a lot of twitch, fast twitch muscles in them, that play the game, that loves the game. If you can find guys like that all the time, you'll be successful. And I think those are things that when I was at Miami and all the years I was at Miami, that's what we developed. You know, you got to have confidence that if you find a guy that fits what you do and brings something to the table, you coach him, he's going to be a great player. But if you're always looking for a finished product out of high school, well, you're just going to be just a guy as a coach. You know, this guy can't develop, and then if he don't develop, then, you know, now you're looking at a guy that's so-called 5-star guy that's probably disgruntled, upset and mad, and he's not playing very good.
You guys had a lot of success recruiting in Miami. How much of that is, you got a lot of ties on there. How much of that was because of your past? And
some was because of my past, but I think, even my years at Miami, we always, had struggles with Florida, recruiting I did personally. And a lot of guys that I've known that I raised when I was, knew some of the guys I went to school with, so little brothers, like Marquand Manuel. Then his brother John Eford grew up together, and I knew Manuel, but he came to Florida. So it's always you have some guys that some way in South Florida, Dade, Broward, and Palmer County, they're going to want to always be a Florida. And those are guys that you go after, and the guys that you got to make sure that you can bring in.
When you left Miami, did you think it would take this long to be back in the coordinator role? Did you have a plan at that point?
You know what? I just coached. I just have fun coaching. I don't try to, I always tell everybody, if you're looking for the next job, you're probably going to lose the job that you have. So I just worry about the job that I have, and I just kept coaching, having fun.
Do you still have head coach aspirations again down the road?
Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. You know.
I believe Max said today that they want to go away a little bit from all the pressure defenses and want to really develop pass rushers so you can do that. Is that your style, or is it because of necessity?
That's what we believe in. You know, if you can, here's the thing: if you develop pass rushers, you can always blitz. But you can't blitz and then say, okay, now we want to develop pass rushers, because you got to have some way, form, or fashion. If you're doing a lot of blitzing, and all of a sudden you're not getting there, then your DBs are hanging on the line. You know, right, wrong, and difference. I remember one year when I was at Miami, we played Virginia Tech. I blitzed the first 28 plays of the game. Some way, form, or fashion. It was 28 straight blitzes. Don't know why I did it. It just happened. Now, 2 weeks later, we just went 4-man rush the whole game. So it's developing your pass rushes first, and then you can go and do everything that you're doing.
Wasn't the best defense when you can get home with 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you can get home before, you got it good.
Is it too early to talk about a couple of guys, or because they're not
Until we're not in
pads
pads, yeah. When we get in pads, then we know more and stuff like that. When it's contact, when it's third down, who can get out to the pass rush?
What was your message to Clayton, though, coming off of last season and just what you wanted to see from him?
I don't think it's not really anybody. It's just us as a defense. We got to develop and get better. You know, each one of them know what they have to improve on. You know, like anything else, you know, Tony's Clayton, you know, you have to get better at playing first down and 10 defense. Okay, now, when you get to first down and 10, let's develop a pass rush move that you can perfect. Once you develop that pass rush move you can perfect, then you will be a great player at the University of Florida. All right? All right.